do a bunch of damage again. It mostly one-shots them. I'll show you the build that I'm kind of learning right now with the Scout. So I'm using the Warbow, which is not the one that you get at the beginning. It has 2 less shots. It has 4 clip instead of 6. Can you charge your basic melee attack? Yes, you can, Alpha. That is one of the things that I love doing. You want to make sure to do that as much as possible if you have the ability to. I'm using the Warbow. It does knockback. I'm using Throw Knives versus Camouflage. Against good players, Camouflage is not going to do anything for you. The Throw Knives is a stun ability. It throws 3 knives, they do 90 damage apiece, and they knock back the enemy. The other ability that I'm using is Trap. You lay a trap on the ground, kind of like that. The enemies can see it, but it will knock back AoE and deal 400 damage. Now, the Warbow, like I said, has only 4 rather than 6 shots, but I have a perk called the Tinkerer, which gives me an extra shot just because only having 4 shots against vampires is pretty scary. For Scout, you can do a regular attack, just like so. Does 205 damage with the Warbow. If you go ahead and charge up an attack like this with the Warbow, it actually does a knockback ability. So you do want to look into that. Any tips aiming? There's not really any tips. It's just mostly practice. So those are the kind of abilities that I use. I'm normally the guy who sits in the back and tries to stop, save my friends. I'm that guy. If I get picked up by a sentinel, I'm the dude that tries to oh man, I'm terrible tonight. By the way, guys, I've had a long day. I've been doing a bunch of different things. So, oh, I'm dead. Let's see if I got the trap off. Nice. So I'll kind of use this one and just kind of show you guys this. I like Scout just because you can kind of protect your teammate and still do a decent amount of damage. A lot of people think that the Hunter is currently overpowered. While I believe that the Hunter is incredibly good, I do not think that it is the overpowered class. Now, like I said, don't get me wrong, the class is incredibly good. Oh man, I got bounced. Can you... let's try... What was the new Swift bow I got? Alright, so this is currently the bow that everybody's using. It's the Storm Bow, and we'll do the volley that everybody normally gets at the beginning of the game. So, same thing, you can kind of pull back and charge. Your bow does more damage if you charge it back fully. It just does, base damage, and then if you charge it up, it'll do extra damage. So it's always really good. If you have the ability to, and you're defending in a spot fairly well, you do want to charge up. The volley, kind of just, you throw a little thing down, and in an AoE, these, arrows come down from the sky and start doing damage. Oh, nice, heal. Always look for the blue heals. Stand in blueness. It has a sound. But, yeah, stand in that shit. It's good for you. So like I said, you always want to kind of charge up, and if you see somebody flying, kind of like this guy over here, try to get some pop shots on him so you can do some damage before he comes in. If you suck like I do, you won't hit anybody. I need a volley. Oh man, I didn't kill him. So those are kind of those 2 abilities. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I know I'm going through them pretty quickly. This is the basic bow that everybody gets, so this is kind of the basic everybody. This is what they get at the beginning of the game when you have Scout. Now that being said, Sentinel and Scout both don't come with the game as a free option, for lack of a better way to say it. They're an unlock. At 5, 10, 15, and 20, you will gain an artifact to unlock them, so it's not like you have to put money into the game. They're not making it pay to win or anything like that. So that's kind of the thing, and wow, this game, I'm just dying a lot. I'm not able to show you guys anything. Probably because I'm talking and I'm trying to be helpful, so I'm just dying instead of paying attention to what's going on, which is totally okay with me. Once I go over the stuff and I get, everybody in here kind of understands the basics, then I'll show you guys some of the higher level play that everybody who knows me is accustomed to. I won't say I'm ridiculously good at this game, but I do know and understand the game better than most. Understand the intricacies and stuff. You buy them. You can purchase them with in-game stuff. If you've played League of Legends, it is very similar to their system.
Archers!
Where there is gold and then runestones. Gold, and you actually, okay, I'll go over this one first. There's gold that you get from completing every game. So, you know, you kind of got that going for you. Oh man, I love trees. Trees are my favorite thing in this game. Most things block shots. Oh god, don't kick me. No, 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 no. Damn it. So that's kind of thing. You can go ahead and go through and... Okay. I think I showed you guys the Alchemist, but let's do the base set for Alchemist. No, okay. Let's stick with Hunter, and I'll use Swift Bow, and I'll use Camouflage and Turt.
Kane is gone.
Yes, it is like IP and RP. So you gain IP. You gain IP from end of matches, and then you can purchase runestones. So it is not pay to win at all. Because you can gain everything that you can buy with runestones in game. So it's not like, oh, you have this, you win the game. Plus, everything they're trying to make is a side grade. It's camouflage. Sorry. I really don't like camouflage just because it feels pretty stupid, so I normally use this. The thing about the Swift Bow is it does less damage, but it will do. It has a faster charge up, so you can kind of do more damage with that really quickly. Well, like I said, normally I'm trying out the current one, which is the 3 different trap abilities with 3 different knockdown abilities, which is Trap, Knives, and Warbow. Just because I like defending my team, so I like pushing enemies back and stopping them from going on my team. So that's the Scout. If you have any questions about the Scout, feel free to ask. It is the class that I understand and comprehend the best of all of the classes, just because simply I play it the most and I enjoy that, level of game.